Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. You know I appreciate you. But let's get going here. We're going to get right into the action and start you off with an oracle card just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for my lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous. I'm sure you are. Let's see what's going on, my gods. Talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got for Taurus, please? Usually this first card pops out rather quickly because it's a nice little footnote. There it is. And we do have one of the cards that I always say represents Taurus in the Oracle deck. So matters of the self, self-sufficiency, how you're looking at yourself, or confidence can be huge here. Very deep card, very spiritual, a lot of layers. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of that, into the reading, no more promo. Have a look at this card now. You'll notice that this person is blindfolded, they're hoodwinked. There's a lot of these emblems of different spiritualities and faiths. So when I see this card, it does remind me of the Hierophant, which is one of the Taurus cards. So matters of the self, whether it's your self-confidence, self-sustainability, watching out for yourself could be very big with a card like this. But aside from that, when I get this card, I do think of spirituality, tapping in spiritually, working within your own belief system. So for some reason, that unseen etheric spirituality is running strong for the Taurus collective, which I would say is a good thing. Okay, whether it's something you're embracing or something you need a little bit more of. We're going to get into tarot now. But I am feeling for a lot of you, there is something revolving around the self. But let's get into tarot. I'm going to get you 3 in the upright, and we'll get that intuitive, juicy stuff. And with that first card, it is just a footnote. Like I said, it doesn't make or break the reading. Shuffle it up one time for Taurus, please. Using the lovely Tarot in Wonderland. I've been having a blast with this deck. So, last week's reading, it was titled A Shocking Talk. Now, I always try to keep the titles as simple as possible. We were getting like towers and all sorts of interesting stuff in last week's reading. So hopefully if you have had situations pop up like this, it wasn't too rough on you. But we're going to see what we have this week. Clean slate, right? We're going to hope for some optimism, positivity, see what we got for you. But always remember, it's never set in stone, right? We could be seeing your energy. We could be seeing someone else you're connected to. It's never one size fits all. Let's get 3 out here. I'm sure you know that if you watch tarot readings, right? Okay, so we have the Chariot in position number 1. I gotta go. That's the type of vibe I'm picking up here. Like, all right, time to go. Gotta do this. Gotta get this moving. Gotta get this going. Let's get 2 more. Interesting. Revving up the engines, ready to make an action, take a move of some sort. I do like the card, but it can be... Yeah, the Tower is still lingering here. So we have the Chariot, we have the Tower. These are extremely powerful energies starting us off here. So I already want to clarify, and we didn't even get the 3rd damn card out. Let's get 1 more though. What do we got for Taurus? Very intriguing. All right. We have the 4 of Wands on the back end. This is going to be a layered, nuanced reading, and I feel like this is good, my friends, right here on the back end. But let's go through it. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get those juicy, intuitive messages. Lots of power in different ways, different dynamics. But position number 1, we do have the Chariot. Now this could represent a Cancer, a Cancerian, someone who falls under that sign. And it is action-oriented. It is ready to go. It's either running to something or running away. Like it's to or fro. It's action, it's powerful, and it is movement based. There's a lot of momentum here, so you might be revving up the engines for something when I see a card like this, or someone around you might be revving up their engines with the Chariot. Travel, distance, these are all themes we could think of with this card as well. It is a card of determination, wanting to see something through. I generally like this card, but I always give the caveat that we must remember that a Chariot was originally designed as an instrument of war. So if this isn't a person, it could represent a possible conflict here. Okay, that's not a big downer. Don't worry about that. I'm just giving you as many little pieces of the puzzle as possible. But moving forward, we have the Tower right in the center of this spread. Now, like I said, the reason last week's reading was titled A Shocking Talk is because we had a Tower in a main portion Right here in the center, it is the energy of shock. It is the energy of surprise, the unexpected, big shakeups, hitting the reset button. So a lot of you might be in that mode where you're about to hit the reset button on something, or just like bring something to the ground to build up stronger. Okay, I also say that not every tower is a bad one. Okay, it could be a good surprise. It could be a good shakeup. It all depends on what you're going through. But it is extremely powerful. I'm really trying to stress that when we have Chariot, when we have the Tower, it's jarring, it's shocking. So it can be the unexpected and surprising. We'll just have to see when we clarify it. But there's so much power here. There's so much movement, so much action. Now, moving to the back end, this is an intriguing layer to this reading. We have the Four of Wands, the 1111 card. Now, this could speak about matters of the family. This could be matters of the home, people that we're connected to. But it is firm and it is foundational type of energy. When I see this card, I do say Spirit might be trying to speak to you in various different ways. They might be trying to send you messages, whether through number signs or synchronicities. The Four of Wands is powerful in that sense. It's a card of omens as well. So you might be getting omens from Spirit that they're trying to raise the red flag about something. That's possible. But the Four of Wands is also celebratory. It's an energy of partying it up, living it up, something to celebrate about. So when I see all this action, when I see all this movement, like there might be something big coming in a positive way that will cause celebration. We'll just have to see. There's a lot of layers here. So let's dive deeper on all of it, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, we're going to get one good shuffle here and see what's going on for my Taurus friends, please, my guides. Talk to me about my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with this Chariot. And also, if you read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. You won't be stepping on my toes. Let's see what's up with that Chariot. What's coming? What's going? Thank you. All right, the Death card. Don't get nervous about this, okay? Especially if you don't watch tarot often. The Death card is the card that represents Scorpio. So for some of you, this could be like a Scorpio in your life that's wanting to make some sort of move towards you or with you. But the Death card is cycle-based, right? Now, there is something that you might be going through that is about to come to a close or might need to end. When I see the Death card, I do feel like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and it kind of fits the context of what we got going on here. But for a portion of you, there might be something that either needs to get shut down or some sort of cycle that's about to close, and it's probably for the better. So a lot of you could be in that mode where you're making a big transformation, a big change here, and it's for the best, okay? Whether it is stopping something, whether it's starting something brand new. The Chariot and the Death card, big water sign energy here as well. But the main thing I'm thinking here, karmic cycles, right? There is something like you need to restart something. Like I was saying with the Tower, possibly hitting the reset button on something like, all right, clean slate, start fresh. That's the vibe we're picking up here. So let's keep moving, because it could be an action, of course. Like somebody about to make a move, take an action. That is absolutely possible. Let's see what's up with the Tower. I don't really want to speculate too much on that just yet. We're going to see what's up with that. So let's go in on that Tower, please. And yeah, the energy of like surprise is still lingering. It's still looming. All right, we do have the High Priestess in reverse. You really need to hone in and listen to your gut, listen to your intuition about something in this time. Okay, if you're trying to avoid a sticky situation or you feel like something might go off the rails, if something just doesn't feel right, when I get the High Priestess in reverse, it is telling me like, don't ignore your intuition because that Tower could come in, all right, if you don't listen to it. Now, I do pick up other things with the High Priestess, and I just want to point out we have cards that represent all the water signs here. We have Cancer, we have Scorpio, we have Pisces, big water sign ties here. But with the High Priestess in reverse, that is possibly something coming to fruition. And with the Tower, like this could be something being revealed, whether it's somebody revealing themselves or something coming into your consciousness. Listen to your intuition, though. Don't ignore your gut about things, right? If your gut's telling you to do something, you should listen. All right, don't put this High Priestess in reverse. You want to avoid this Tower, okay? And it is avoidable. Like, that's kind of the energy I'm picking up here. We're going to keep moving through the reading. I just feel like a lot of you need that little warning about listening to your intuition. Like, if your gut's telling you something, you should probably be listening to it here with this, okay? Or this, like I said, could be something being revealed, like revealing themselves or a piece of information. Absolutely. The energy of the unexpected and surprising is still here too. So I want to see how the Four of Wands plays. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting reading here. But why is the Four of Wands here? And I feel like a few weeks ago there was a reading titled Shut This Down for you. And it makes sense with what we're seeing here in the beginning. Okay, we have the Devil underneath the Four of Wands. Okay, don't let anyone slick talk you in this time. All right, because for a lot of you, there could absolutely be that possibility. The Devil is a clarifier under the Four of Wands. Don't let anybody try to sweet talk you or slick talk you. Now, this could represent Capricorn. You might be tied to Capricorn here when the Devil was in the upright under the Four of Wands. But I would just be skeptical in this time. I do feel like this is a warning as well, right? Like, still listen to your intuition, but the Four of Wands underneath the Devil, this could also represent somebody that parties too much. Like somebody that's always out there partying, always doing the most for whatever reason. So I would beware about consumption of anything in this time or overdoing it with anything as well. This could be an important warning, especially with the Tower, the Chariot, all this action. This whole spread, even though it's several different ones, could be an important warning for sure. But Four of Wands with the Devil, I just don't let anyone try to like sweet talk you in this time. It's giving me like that sales pitch type of energy. Do with that what you will. But let's go through and I'll give you a quick recap. Like I said, with all the different warnings here, it could be an important warning that you need to heed within this. But let's go into the reading. Position number 1 before we get to the shadow. We have the Chariot with the Death card in the upright. Big water sign connections and ties throughout this whole entire reading. So maybe you're linked with one, maybe not. But with the Chariot and the Death card, there is something that needs to close out. There is something that needs to end or be shut down, obviously. For some of you, this could be you moving towards a new cycle. And I was picking up the big vibe of somebody hitting the reset button. Okay, rising from the ashes like a phoenix, all that good stuff. Now, moving to the center, we have the Tower with the High Priestess in reverse. This could be something being revealed, right? This could be something coming out, whether it's a person revealing themselves or you learning something. But a big vibe here was like, please do not ignore your intuition. If your gut is trying to tell you something in the coming days and weeks, you need to listen to it when I have an alignment like this. Pressing forward, once again, we're getting a double down of this with the Four of Wands and the Devil in the upright. Couple of warnings here as well. Don't let anyone sweet talk you. It was giving me that salesman type of vibe, possibly someone trying to convince you about something. Beware of that. But another vibe I'm picking up here is like somebody over consuming or over partying. Just be careful about any of that stuff in this time, like extra careful. So please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into them further. I'm going to get you one shadow card. Lots of major arcana here. I think almost the whole entire spread is major arcana besides the Four of Wands. Omens, like, yeah, with the Four of Wands and the Devil, that could absolutely be like Spirit trying to like wave the red flags, like, hey, watch out for this, trying to send you signs. But let's get one shadow card here for you. Interesting, very powerful, very strong. So what's going on, my guys? And yeah, I like to end off every reading with one of these cards. It's always nice, in my opinion. So what's going on with Taurus, please? What's in the shadows? That card came out on the very first shuffle. What do we got here? We got the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a card that represents mother figures. This could be another earth sign for sure. Hopefully you don't have any lingering issues in regards to a mother figure. But when I see the Queen of Pentacles, it could just represent another earth sign, possibly. Now, usually this is a card of blessings, very similar to the Empress in that way, where it could speak about the abundance. I believe that in the shadows, this could be Spirit asking you to be a little more open to change. Don't be too inflexible, because as a shadow card, we're not just looking at the positive aspects of this card. We're looking at the inverse. And one of the inverse things with this card is somebody who is not really willing to change or adapt. This could be someone set in their ways. So in the coming days and weeks, you might have to think on your toes and adapt here when this card shows up in the shadows. If this isn't long-standing issues with an earth sign or a mother figure. But Taurus, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details. of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after the Fire Air readings this week. But for December, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. This is the deck I used in this week's reading. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card makes you happiest when you see it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of December, I will put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.